Believe it or not, the first time I completed a campaign from levels 1 to 20, it was an evil campaign. Notorious for falling off the rails and general bad time feelings, we actually managed to pull through to the end. And it was good, but also stressful. So stressful. For one, the main thing about being evil is that your goals are typically selfish. It's kind of what makes being evil evil. Otherwise, you're just misguided or in conflict with the heroes. And yeah, really good writers can make an evil character have evil goals that are understandable without being sympathetic. But that takes chops and skills. We're just some schmucks swapping stories and beer around a little table with weird-shaped dice. Go write a book, why don't ya? So yeah. You're a villain, and you want to take over the world. Or be super wealthy and powerful, or get revenge on a specific group. But you're selfish. A lot of the times, that means having competing goals. Sometimes, directly competing. I will restore UNT civilization to its former glory. I will destroy all civilizations and restore the world to nature. This is why session zeros are important, people. But that shit's talked to death. So let's talk fixing villain campaigns instead, and especially what kind of things to even bring up at session 0. And the best way to do that is to look into the minds of the 3 greatest fictional villains of all time. Dun, dun! The Team Rocket rules of villainy. Now, if a politics-heavy game where players have competing motivations is your thing, or if you want to run a grimdark campaign, this rule set probably won't be for you. This is more designed for maintaining that balance of fun and adventure you usually see in a typical good campaign. Now, without further ado, Rule 1. You have to work together. Jesse, James, and Meowth come up with some crazy plans, but they always have each other's backs. Whether they're disguising as cheerleaders, or disguising as kimono girls, or disguising as sales girls, or, breaking out the occasional robot or two. They always work together. No secret plans to betray each other, no indifference if the others get seriously hurt or are in danger. You have to work together and back each other up. Rule 2. You have to care about each other. Your characters can bicker and you can be dumbasses, but at the end of the day, if anything ever happened, you would miss each other like crazy. And no, you don't have to feel that way from session 1, especially if everybody just met. But your characters need to be open to the idea of relationship building. Edgy loners don't work in good aligned campaigns, and they don't work in evil ones either. If you can be best friends with a deep caring for each other, even as you burn the world to cinders and summon Demon Prince Orcus, Master of the Undead, into the mortal plane to bring reckoning and ruin here and forever after, well, that's just a great campaign. Rule 3. You gotta capture Pikachu. You gotta have a common goal that binds you. Come up with a goal. Everybody in the campaign will share that goal. They can have their own side goals and personal developments as long as they aren't in opposition to each other. But overall, try to have a single shared goal. One player has decided to take a big evil adventure away from his controlling wealthy family and suffocating fiancé? Sure. Another has promised she would go off and earn her riches no matter what it took so she'd never have to eat snow for dinner again like she did as a child? Sounds great. And the third player started down his life of crime after being rejected by his only love, even after taking up bold new powers to impress her? Cool. Though the joke's getting old now. But there's gotta be a singular long-term goal. And that goal is capturing Pikachu so that the boss will make your team the new bosses. I mean, it's whatever binds everybody together. Decide what that is beforehand and work with the DM to make sure it fits the world. Rule 4. Keep it silly, stupid. Remember, evil doesn't always have to be about long-term goals and subterfuge. Sometimes just fucking over the random do-gooder for no discernible benefit can be a lot of fun. That's not to say there can't be serious moments, sorrow, or drama, but just sometimes try and get petty about your evil. It's fun. DMs, this one has to be on you a little too. If the players wanted to disguise themselves as a kind elderly couple in order to hire an adventurer to capture their enemies under the guise of them being the evil guys, then that sounds like a solid plan for fun to me. Let things like that play out. Better yet, give players chances to be evil for no reason, consequence-free. Some of my favorite moments in our evil campaign went down because of that. Like, this one time, we came across a paladin helping 3 priests trek through dangerous monster lands. They were building a raft to travel up a large river and spotted us. Now, we passed pretty easily as a good aligned group. So they felt safe asking for some help. The fools. Our characters couldn't really size up this paladin, so we decided to help and build up intel. And as they were waving us off, riding deep into the waters, fireball, cloud of daggers, summon water elemental, wall of force. We later retrieved his corpse, had a good laugh as we took everything valuable off of it, and then shoved his body back into the water. Dark? Yes. Plot relevant? Nope. That was just an encounter the DM randomly rolled up. But hey, what a great chance to reassert our evilness, in case anybody felt their alignment wavering. We had a few moments like this, usually anytime between big campaign points or when we were traveling, and it was always a lot of fun. Often even more fun than the important stuff. Rule 5. Team Rocket doesn't say fuck. Okay, you guys can say fuck, but what I mean is, if you have normal boundaries for what is and isn't allowed in a good campaign, those rules still apply to your evil campaign. Team Rocket exists in a kids show. They're bad guys, but they don't kill people. They don't get gory, and they don't say fuck. Figure out the people in your campaign's real-life boundaries and stick to them. If anyone argues with a, "but I'm evil," kick them out. They don't have the same idea of fun as you. And those are the rules. I love Team Rocket, and I think they're great models for what making fun villains can look like. You can get more ambitious, and your characters will hopefully be more successful than Jesse, James, and Meowth in their endeavors. At least one would hope. But the layout is all there. To sum it up, love each other, work together, and keep it fun for everybody. Peace.